Hey people, so I am out of the hospital as you can see, and I'm very grateful to be out. It's not even a nice place to visit, so I don't recommend going there. But I learned either while I was in the hospital or slightly out that when they take out all your organs and stuff, like they did with mine, it's the same procedure that they would do for a C-section. So I literally had a baby, which I think is kind of funny. But some stories from the hospital are after I made my last video, and the following days were interesting because, as I just said, they took out all the organs and they shut them down with meds. So, like, my stomach was shut down for a while, as well as my bowels and stuff. And on Wednesday or Thursday and Friday, I ended up projectile vomiting because the food I was trying to eat just sat there and then just came out. And I didn't even know what was happening because I didn't even feel nauseous. But also on those days, on Wednesday, Thursday, and part of Friday, I was pretty incoherent. Like, I don't really remember anything, and it was really hard for me to talk with people and look them in the eye and stuff. It was really, really weird. And I don't really understand why, but because I was off the morphine by Wednesday, and it was really freaking weird. Another thing that ended up happening was I ended up developing a blood clot in my left arm, which now I have to take blood thinners for every day. So hopefully I won't have to deal with those anymore because that's not fun. And then when I was in the hospital, I learned about this thing called the incentive spirometer. I had to write that down because it's so hard to remember. And basically it looks like this. And with the incentive spirometer, it's used to measure kind of where your lungs are at the time. And you have to keep this little arrow in between these lines, and it'll show like how much like lung capacity you have or whatever, and it helps you like show that you're healthy and get out of the hospital. Which it's just a big blood toy basically. It's like McDonald's Happy Meal, but it's not. Hospital Happy Meal. And then I wanted to shout out for my friend John Paul and his family, and that if you guys could, instead of supporting me, support them financially if you can, because they just lost their home and a family member, and I can't imagine. To me, that's worse than what I went through. So I'm going to provide a link below, so if you guys could look into that, that would be amazing. And then lastly, if you don't like pictures of gross things like my incision and what my tumor looks like outside of my body, then you can stop watching now. Otherwise, get ready for some crazy stuff. So, in the first picture here, this is my incision. It goes from the bottom of my sternum to pretty much the top of my groin. And I've continued to have lymphatic fluid come out of that. It's a lot better now, but it was really bad before. And if you look at the bottom left of the picture, that's where they took out the testicle to see if there was cancer there, and there wasn't. So I lost the testicle, but it's better than having more cancer. So it was worth it, I think. And then if you really don't like grody, disgusting things, here's a picture of my tumor. Now, this tumor, as you can see, is pretty big. And I know you can't see on the picture really, but at the top, from what I can tell, that's the kidney. At the top of it, and it's surrounded by the tumor. And the tumor itself, with the kidney, is over 6 inches long. And this was after chemo. Before chemo, it was even worse. But yeah, so I know it's freaking grody, but it's pretty freaking big, man. So yeah, that's it for this episode of Cancer Facts with Russ. So I hope you guys have a great freaking day and a great week, and yeah, talk to you guys later.